I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem to find the lengths of the sides of the triangle given below. So uh, we have one side or leg that equals x plus 5, another leg equals x, and a hypotenuse equals 25. So remember, the formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where c is your hypotenuse. So in this case, that's the 25. And let's just do this one is a and this one is your b. Okay, those are the two sides that make up the right angle. So we have, instead of a, we're going to put x plus 5 squared plus, and instead of b, we're going to put x squared. And instead of c, we're going to put 25 squared. Now be careful when you're squaring this parenthesis. That means there are two of them. And you need to double distribute it out or FOIL it out. So x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. Now let's distribute in the 5. 5 times x is 5x. And 5 times 5 is 25. And then going back up here, we've got the x squared. And let's solve what 25 squared is. That's 625. Now on the left, let's combine like terms. So that gives me 2x squared. And 5x plus 5x is 10x plus 25. And that equals 625. Now we have a quadratic because we have an x squared here, so we need to set it to 0. So I'm going to subtract the 625 to the left side. So that gives me 2x squared plus 10x and minus 600, and that equals 0. Now you could divide everything out by 2 and factor, which works perfectly fine. I'm going to do the quadratic formula way. So remember, this is my A, this is my B, and this is my C. So we have x equals a negative b, so that's negative 10, plus or minus the square root of 10 squared minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 600. And that's all over 2 times a, which is 2. Okay, let's do the 10 squared, which is 100. So let's rewrite negative 10 plus or minus the square root. 10 squared is 100 minus 4 times 2 times negative 600. All over 2 times 2, which let's just write that as 4. Okay, let's continue. Let's do the 4 times 2 times negative 600. So we have a negative 10 plus or minus the square root of 100. Then we have a minus 4 times 2 times negative 600, which ends up as a positive 4,800. All over 4. So that's negative 10 plus or minus the square root of, and 100 plus 4,800 is 4,900, divided by 4. Okay, let's continue. Let's find the square root of the 4,900. So negative 10 plus or minus the square root of 4,900 is 70. And divide that by 4. And with the plus or minus, now we have two options. X equals a negative 10 plus 70 over 4, or x equals a negative 10 minus 70 over 4. Let's do the top one. Negative 10 plus 70 is 60. Divided by 4 is 15. So in one situation, our x is 15. In the second one, we have negative 10 minus 70 is a negative 80 over 4, which gives us a negative 20. Now let's look back at the situation though. X is negative 20 or positive 15. Well, you can't have a negative value for the length of a side. So we're going to have to toss out the negative 20. So we know x is 15. Now also for the other side is x plus 5. So x being 15, if we add 5 to that, that gives us the other side, which is 20. So our answers are 15 and 20.